everybody out in Super Metroid land. We have a 2024 Super Metroid Any Percent qualifier race for the SGLIVE Any Percent tournament. And here we are on the flagship station, Speedgaming. Are you ready? Everybody in chat, I hope you're ready. And I have my co-commentator, Dark Zoa, who is also ready. And forgive me, I'm a little rusty, but looks like Idle is getting a head start over everybody right there. So what do you think of that, Zoa? DQ, right? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
We'll get those synced up in just a minute. So, but we are starting out, moving on to Zebus, or I'm sorry, the Sirius Station. Wow, I'm getting ahead of myself. Even. We'll get that synced up too. But yeah, we're in for quite a treat. There are, let's see, a lot of 29 interests in this qualifier. So you're just seeing a few of our runners today. We've got Idle Child, Exact Science, Rakoja, and Chex. So should be a pretty cool race. Gonna get to see some KPDR, so I'm super excited about that. I know at least 2 of our runners run KPDR, the old route. So.
Exact Science, Rakoja, and Chex will all be running KPDR, and I believe Idle Child does PKRD, otherwise known as the Picard route, which is just a Fantoon first variation. So the most optimal route, you'll see Fantoon, Ridley, Kraid, and then Dragon, and then there's some ramifications with super drops and things like that with that route. However, it's much safer to go into Lower Norfair if you have both Varia and Gravity Suit. So I think race safety-wise, I wouldn't be surprised if Idle does the Picard route. 45-41 from Exact Science, really good. And we had a 44 from Rakoja, 41 from Idle. Kind of a rough start to series, and I didn't happen to see Check's time, but hopefully it was pretty good as well. Looks like maybe a 42. Yeah, 42.08. So, we got 41, 42, 44, and 45. Really good series times right there. And now for the speedrunning route, in this Any Percent route, Zoa, what exactly are we looking to see? Might as well start with the KPDR runners route.
So KPDR, we're going to, so everyone for now is going to be grabbing like the most basic items to get around Planet Zebus. We're going to go down to get Morph Ball, and then up or over to get missiles, and then up to get bombs. Everybody's going to go grab their super missiles early and head on to Kraid for our KPDR runners. Head on to Kraid. And hit that Varia suit, and then go collect all of their really main movement items. Idle, on the other hand, if he's running, he's running Fantoon first, so he's going to collect Gravity Suit first, and then come back for Varia later in the run. So that's going to be a much harder route. He's going to go up Red Tower, where everybody else is going to go down. And he's going to have some tight movement to get across the moat. We'll see how he chooses to do that. I'm guessing probably a bomb jump. Looks like we got 3 yellow balls and a pink ball. So Exact Science off to an early start, getting the better RNG.
Yeah, PB-wise, I'm not really sure where Chex is. Rakoja is around the 50 area. Exact Science, I believe, has a high 47. Idle might have a 48 or a 49. I'm not really too familiar, but this is a race, so literally anything can happen. With Idle running a Fantoon first route, that is a suitless Fantoon, so Fantoon's flames and Fantoon's body are going to do significantly more damage to Idle. I think if you go in there with, what you typically would have with, health, you're looking at 2 or 3 hits, and that's the end of your Fantoon fight. So Idle's going to have to be really, really careful there. Plus, Wreck Ship and Bowling, all extremely dangerous with no suits. The other runners will have an advantage in Wreck Ship, having Speed Booster and Varia's suit. It'll be much easier to get across the moat, be a much safer Fantoon fight, and a much safer, Wreck Ship and Attic. However, there's a lot more backtracking that you see in KPDR. So we've got some standard wall jump climbs from Exact Science. Rakoja is going for just defend climb. We see those ledge grabs right there, checks following right there with it, and idle also. So we've got wall jump climbs up top and ledge grabs down at the bottom. Nice variations that we get to see right in the beginning of the game already. I really like that. Sometimes I just kind of choose on a whim which climb I'm going to do because I'm weird and I just kind of like playing this game just in all different kinds of ways. Sometimes mix and matching different strats in the middle of a run for no reason. Just some days ledge grabs just feel better than wall jumps.
Yeah, it's definitely from a beginner's perspective. You should definitely be hang both of them. They're both very important, like basic movement skills. So I like to see
I actually think that is
variation.
That's a great room to work on your platforming. It's actually some of the most difficult platforming with no movement items that you're going to find in the game, and it happens very, very early in the run. So anybody that's just kind of looking to this to play this game and you want to start working on your movement, I think it's really great to go into that room and just like kill all the pirates and just work on your wall jumping, work on your ledge grabs, work on your basic platforming, because honestly, strats can vary so much from person to person. It's your basic overall movement is what is really going to give you those time savers at the beginning while you're working on your boss fights, while you're working on your advanced tech, and when you're working on stuff with movement items. Don't forget to get good at that basic movement.
Yeah, so we had our runners at Bomb Chorizo get that little Bomb Chorizo fight. So you want to kind of plan your damage so that you're finishing Bomb Chorizo off with a whole missile worth of HP, so you can avoid him going into a decapitation mode, the decapitation animation, as Hockey would say. So we did hit two of those. Brakoja and Idle fell behind just a little bit there. I got Checks taking a little bit of a lead now. Followed real closely by Exact Science. So
yeah, this is actually, I think this is going to be kind of a sick race. I've been watching Exact Science for quite a while now, and she's pushed her times really, really low over the last several months here. So we're going to see a lot of hard work put into play by Exact Science right there. I'm excited to see Checks off to a really good start, holding pace, almost synced up to the frame. Oh no, Exact Science missed that mock ball, which is like the first kind of speed running strat you learn. Really good backup right there from Exact Science, just bringing her with parity there with Rakoja, and Idle has almost caught up to Checks. So looking at the skill of the runners right now, this could be pretty exciting. Everybody looks like they have a little bit of race nerves. Like you see these like little bonks that you wouldn't typically expect to see, like hitting a ledge or just, I bet Exact Science is going like, oh my God, I can't believe I just missed a mock ball like that live on stream. But I mean, you can't reset. So, as good as these players are, it shows you that even stuff like that, the game can just say no, or just your finger inputs just aren't working on the day. And race nerves, they're real. For sure. I'm a terrible racer.
So I mean, as far as that goes too, our runners, if I'm not mistaken, they're putting down as many times as they want in these qualifiers. They can do all of them or just one of them, right? And
you can do all qualifiers. I think like at minimum you have to do 2, and I believe they average your times. Not being in the tournament, I haven't followed the rule set as closely as I would actually like, but I do know there's also the option if runners feel like their times are just too close and they're having a hard time, like seating or what, I don't know, they will do a video review and get a more accurate time of your run.
Yeah, so not a huge threat. Hopefully, we don't have too much nerves. Here is our first route divergence, or well, our route divergence. We got Idle going up. Gonna have some very difficult platforming coming up, going through Hellway. Not having speed booster or high jump boots is gonna make this a lot different than our other runners. Although he gets across there really nicely with a couple damage boosts, making it look easy.
I'm actually really, really excited to see Idle. Idle is somebody who, much like Exact Science over the last year, has just really come into their own with this game. Idle pretty much picked up PKRD very early on, and was getting like, like high 50s, mid 50s, and things like that. And I've watched over the last year as Idle has pulled their time down significantly in any percent to, sub 50, like no problem getting sub 50 in qualifying races. Idle is also a pretty accomplished low ice runner. No drops, I believe, and 8 shots are categories that Idle has done really well in. I think has been a former world record holder at one point. Also helped me develop the Alchozo rewards category. That's on the extension boards. We're both former world record holders of that particular category. So it's nice to see. I'm very curious to see how Idle's route syncs up with our KPDR runners as far as times are concerned. It looks like we're getting an HBJ setup, if you want to explain the mechanics of an HBJ while the others are going in their crate fight, which looks like it's going to be down to the frame.
Yeah, so...
Oh my God.
Missed that one.
God.
So,
talking about Idle, and I missed all of that. It was incredible.
Yeah, we got some great crate pick kills. Unfortunately, Idle did miss that HBJ. It's going to go...
Nice backup.
Very nice CWJ backup.
Idle will tell me that's why you use Moonwalk, but I'm still not going to.
No, I'm not either, so I'm with you on that one. But yeah, a kind of wonky trick to get that to work right. You've got to press and release, tap and release backwards on the D-pad to bring yourself back, but you don't want to be holding back when the bomb goes off. So it creates a kind of back and forth with the controller that's kind of hard to get a rhythm down for, but it is definitely a rhythm once you've settled into it. So,
yeah, much like everything else in this game, it's completely non-intuitive. And we've got some crate tank enjoyers here, all 3 picking up the crate tank, which is a really good race safety. It allows you to have good energy to do the Alpha Spark. And let's all hold our breath for our Fantoon fight here. Idle entering with 127, and I believe is it 40 per hit? I believe Fantoon does, so we can take 3 hits, and the 4th one will kill us. So setting up really nice first round here. Unfortunately, only got in two missiles, I think, in that Doppler, maybe 3.
Okay, not a very good Doppler, but pretty good health. Gonna get some extra farming, so that's very nice. Got the slow. Oh, missed the 2, and
yeah, that was better.
Effectively 2 more. So yeah, this is probably looking like a 4 round, unfortunately.
When Fantoon opens his eye, you can get hit by those flames. Really solid 3 round though by Idle.
Okay.
GG, well done.
Definitely brought it up for a 3 round. Very nice. I was afraid he wouldn't have had enough missiles from the 2nd round to be able to bring that in for a 3 round, but definitely clutched it.
Yeah, it's when you're doing this fight. Ooh, and Idle's actually going to leave with really decent resources right there. So after this super pickup, Idle's going to have 9. 3 power bombs right here is pretty much exactly what you want. Oh no, getting hit by that atomic. That's really not good. You want a lot of help, but can still farm up an attic and be okay. Meanwhile, we got the item collection phase of our KPDR runners. We've already fought Crate, and now we're going through Upper Norfair. This is kind of like going to be the backtracking that Idle is going to avoid. Because these runners will have to go all the way up to Wreck Ship after they clean up Upper Norfair in what I believe Twinmo calls the shopping center. I think it was Twinmo who coined that, although I can't remember exactly how it was stated. I'm sure Hockey will remember if Twin is in the chat. But this is definitely going to be definitely just the item clearance section here, and things are very dangerous for Idle right now with 112. Our runners in Upper Norfair, there's like no risk of dying here, just like bad movement. Nice checks, really awesome Bubble Mountain with a good deboost off the waiver. I was going to say, not to be outdone, is exactly. Oh my God, there's so much happening. Your turn.
Yeah, so
pick up the energy.
Very nice.
What are you doing?
Yeah, so our Upper Norfair runners, our KPDR runners, are all picking up all of their movement items. So they've already gotten the high jump boots while we were talking. They are getting speed booster now, and then they're going to get wave. And those are the things that, in my opinion, are the core movement items of this game. Those are the things that enable all of the coolest, like most basic, I guess, but cool tech.
Wait, oh my
this is
God,
where the run starts for me.
Sorry, I just want to point out, Idle can only take 2 hits. which should be okay with those D boosts. Really nice low D boost. All right, idle is safe. That is
Yeah, very
gutsy
nice.
play right there. I mean, I don't think you people know, like, I don't, people who casually play this game don't understand, like, doing a low D boost like that is a lot trickier and a lot harder than doing like a higher D boost. But Idol is basically trying to ensure that he gets across bowling, because one more hit would have been the end. And yeah, very, very rough double chamber there from Rakoja, but syncs up completely with Exact Science to the frame. This KPDR, it looks like it's going to be pretty hot. So Idol is through some of the scarier sections of PKRD, so might be worth following right now what our KPDR runners are doing, because we have a real hot race going on right now.
Yeah, this is really close. It has been going back and forth pretty much the whole time ever since they split. And it was going back and forth before they split too. So Idol is basically right there with them, as far as I'm concerned. This is a sick race, and we are seeing it. Let's see, no bomb spread coming from Exact Science. Let's see if either of our other two runners will go for it. I think Exact Science probably would have been the one that I would have expected. Yeah, nothing, safe strats from the other two.
So no forbidden tech there. Idol avoids the battle crabs very smartly, but 15 energy, that's a little bit low. Looks like Exact Science is going to be the first one of our runners to make it back out of Upper Norfair.
Going to farm a little bit on the way out. Idol's going to want to farm both of these cack attacks. Are going to give health. He's got great super, so that's fine to get health there. Above 55, I'm sorry, above 50. So the next drop spawned, as long as he stays above 50, should be getting him out of health bomb. And that's where he's going to want to be, because health is not quite as important at this point, because he's about to go get the high jump E-tank. So he really just wants ammo.
Maybe. I have a feeling Idol's going to do PKRD.
Oh, that's right.
You know, in which case, still not too bad. You have the gravity suits, you're not going to be taking too much damage. And if he's going to get Spazer, and then he's going to go fight Kraid, has the chance to get drops from Kraid, and even possibly pick up the Kraid tank. But if I were Idol, I would just go for the high jump boots tank after Kraid.
Right. So
let's watch this red tower from Chex and Exact. Oh, Exact going for the down grab, misses it, so Chex gets ahead. And oh, geez, those waivers or rippers getting right in the way.
Ooh,
that gives Rakoja a chance to catch up. Oh,
really committing to that down grab. Maybe not the best way to go for it, but
you know how some of us runners are. Once we do, like, I think one time I spent like 50 minutes in a race doing like bootless lava dive, because I got to a point where I was so stubborn I wasn't willing to give up on the strat.
Definitely been there before. I definitely have had a race that should have been only around a half an hour, 40 minutes ish. End up going a couple hours.
Would that be the infamous GT Classic race that you had with Decalled?
It may or may not have been. I wasn't gonna call out Decalled like that, but it happened. It was pure stubborn, for sure.
That was the most stubborn GT Classic race I've ever seen in my life. Both of you. Like, it was worth watching. But yeah, anyways, back to any percent. Let's see if we get this Ocean Fly from Chex. Go for the Ocean Fly. Nope. Just going to be a simple spark. Only loses a couple seconds.
Go right up above the ceiling, and I love this. So Chex is this is actually my strat. Turned around there. So you can do a one tap through the door. So if you turn around there and just go left off the door until you land, and then just walk through the door, you get a free one tap.
Oh my gosh, the sparks! Our runners are having trouble with sparks right now. I mean, Exact Science can do this like so. Anyways, Idol is about to get Ice Beam, because at this juncture, this is the best pickup for Ice Beam. You want to get that extra damage output going down into Ridley. So, definitely want to do this. I can't tell you how many times I've switched my route in any percent to PRKD and have completely forgot to get Ice Beam, and then I'm down Lower Norfair with like way more shots on Ridley than you really need to have. The amount of damage output that you get, the extra damage you get from Ice Beam is quite significant when you have Spacer Beam, so definitely worth the pickup. And you need it for Metroid rooms anyways.
Looks like we're going to have an X Factor, Fantoon. Oh, and 2 of those particles missed for Chex. That is unfortunate. So Chex is not able to shoot at all until those particles hit something or expire. And they did expire just in time. Wow, that was lucky.
Chex is going to have to be a little bit careful on his energy right now. Like, Various Suit is a much safer fight than being suitless, but Fantoon is still no joke. Like, we're 1 hit away now. Like, actually, it's 20. Is it 20 damage from Varia?
Oh no! Oh. He got the early super, so he enraged Fantoon. This is going to take a while.
18 seconds, I think. And look at that low energy. Like, I think Chex can take 2 more hits.
Honestly, it might be worth it. I mean, clearly,
well, it can only take 1 and survive, but
yeah,
I would try to farm flames. So being in health bomb range really helps. So not getting a fast there was really good for Chex. Try to build back some of his energy. I forgot how hard it was to calm a 4-ray race.
Yeah, there's just so much going on. So I definitely had a round 2 mid from Exact. I think that was a 2 round from Exact. Rikoja, I'm pretty sure this is on round 3.
I'm pretty sure Fantoon is 40 suitless, Kai.
I can tell you this much: it is double damage to not have Various Suit or Gravity Suit versus Fantoon, and on top of it being double damage, not having it, you also only have 1 E-Tank, whereas these guys had 3. So, guys and gal, and so it is definitely a much easier, a much safer fight doing it KPDR style. But we got some really cool parts of the run coming up. I really love Wreck Ship post Fantoon, especially Attic. Let's see what kind of Attic strat we got coming up from Chex. I'm sure Exact has some cool stuff coming for us. Looks like we've got... Interesting. Okay, so that's
I love the Spark Attic.
The health saver version too. So using that super to cut short the spark.
We had a ballistic attempt from Exact Science that just unfortunately didn't go well. And I do want to mention Hockey pointing out that right now Chex, even despite the enrage, is in the lead. That is from our KPDR runners. We're not going to be exactly sure how close Idle is. You can kind of guess, you can kind of speculate a little bit. But, basically, the way to tell if Idle is in the lead is Idle has to enter Turian before all of our other runners, because Idle's beam damage at the end of the game is going to do a significantly lower amount of damage than the beam our KPDR runners are going to end up with. So Idle looks like he's doing really well, but we're not going to tell where he is in relation to our KPDR runners for a while.
Very nice bowling spark from Exact Science. And we've got Idle finishing up all of that item cleanup that had our KPDR runners, hers did after Kraid. And he is heading down to Ridley. So it looks like he's going to go for a gravity jump main. No lava spark. Nice and safe getting into Lower Norfair. That's going to cost him a little bit more health. But I'm assuming... Oh, gravity jump and not...
so I missed it. So Idle is doing PRKD. I actually got to give like a high five and a shout out for that. A lot of runners would go for like a race safety and do a Picard route. I'm really happy to see Idle go for this. Me personally, even though it's harder, I like PRKD better because of the drops that you get from Craig. So you have more supers going into Meridia. But it does make Lower Norfair quite a bit more dangerous.
Yeah, it is nice to have that Kraid tank going in. I am curious to see if... I'm assuming he won't go for 3 tank. That seems excessive. So I'm guessing we're going to see a Ridley tank after Ridley. That would be the prudent thing to do in my mind anyways.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, Idle is a pretty accomplished low ice runner also. So here we go, entering worst room of the game. But I would not be surprised if Idle opts to skip the Ridley tank and just goes for the Batoon. But then again, you're probably right. 4 tanks in a race is definitely much safer than 3. And not reloading this room, just kind of going balls to the wall. 3 supers will kill the key hunter or the pirates. Oh no, idle.
Oh no.
Abandoned ship, dude. All right, this is a decent back. Pick up that super, idle. What are you doing? All right,
Oh,
you
he let
come.
it
I'm getting
expire.
oh,
Oh,
idle's stressing me out here.
this is okay. Let's look at the KPDR runners. So we've got
Oh
we're
my god.
coming back down Red Tower. So we're
Oh,
this
good
is like
dodge.
what we were
Whew.
talking about with the backtracking. They had to go down so they could go up, and then they're coming back down. They're gonna go to Meridia next, and fight Botwoon and then Dragon. So you see Chex right here breaking the tube, going up, trying to
Oh,
go up, getting
I'm
up. There we
letting you
go.
watch
We made it.
KPDR. I'm watching Idle like just laughing. Like, look at Idle's not even gonna get. Oh, okay. Idle's not even gonna get the Fire Fleet tank. Just gonna run on 95, which is kind of safe. But I feel like in Wasteland, don't the hoppers do like 80 damage? The Diskegas?
I am not certain on that, but
I really
resetting that
feel
room
like
was
they do.
definitely the smart plan because with the key hunters, you
Like,
really need those to be in a good position because they do a ton of
okay,
damage.
40. All right. So Idle can take 2 hits in Wasteland, which is like still like I've been in this energy and I've taken 3 hits. Really nice manip right there to get the Diskegas jump when you want. And you get a little bit of iframes there from that power bomb. But let's go watch the runners that are about to enter into Batoon. I like there's just too much going on here. But
Yeah.
Dex and Exact are running a real good head-to-head here.
Yeah, so we got Botchwoon coming up here. We're gonna see, I'm guessing, a D factor. Yep, shoutouts to Decalled. Oh, and missing a particle. We got okay, hit the body real quick, so that's
Exact
a quick
is
recovery at
good.
least. Really missing a lot of those supers though. That is not
Wow.
good. And Exact takes a lead just like that.
Beautiful 1-round Batoon from Exact Science. Like even considering the pattern she was given, like that was awesome.
Yep,
And
and right
Rakocha could
after that, that's why
actually
you don't.
Rakocha could overtake Chex right now. Look at how far Chex was ahead going into Batoon. And just to show you like just how mean this game can be, like one mini boss and Exact Science is ahead and Rakocha is creeping.
Yeah, and that boss does, for what it's worth, have the jankiest hitbox in all of video game history. So,
Batoon's
not
hitbox is
entirely
pretty
his fault.
bad.
Yeah.
I actually think Spore Spawn's worse, but like you don't spend a lot of time fighting Spore Spawn.
Yeah, who buys the DLC?
It's only me and some other morons who run those esoteric extension categories.
Yeah, that's weird, man. That's I don't know. I don't like. I like this game, but I don't like Nintendo. I don't need to give them any more money. But we've got Exact Science coming up into Dragon. A missed Taffy attempt from Chex, and it looks like Rakoja also. I'm not sure if he went for it or not, but didn't get it.
I don't know about you, but I lose more runs to Dragon in any percent than any other boss. Like, just Dragon can be like a 40-second fight or like a 3-minute fight and no in between. It's just if you miss this setup, you're screwed.
Dragon is actually supposed to be a 3-second fight, but I mean, it's just a weird route that that everybody's doing here. I would personally go Ridley first, and then you'd have the microwave beam to deal with Dragon. But these shine sparks are pretty cool, so they do burn a lot of health though. So Exact, missing a couple of
and I don't know if I was
there.
Okay.
Yeah, finishing off with a missile. I probably would not be willing to spark there either, I think is what you were going to say.
Rakoja, nice.
With a
yeah.
nice blue at the end.
I feel like Exact had done too much damage.
Got the yikes suit.
Yeah. I think if Exact had sparked, I really think that you could have gotten a lot of chain damage from Dragon. Basically, if you kill Dragon while you're still in her hitbox, you can get this stuff called chain damage, and you don't have any iframes, so it just does like an excessive amount of damage per frame, and like there goes your run.
Yeah. So Chex did get the blue suit as well, with a very nice kill. A little far into Dragon, I was afraid there was going to be some chain damage there, but there was not, and did in fact get the conversion to a spike suit. So while everybody else is doing the space jumps across, looks like Exact got a nice wumple jump, and I think Rakoja did as well, but fell. We're gonna see Chex come up with a return halfie. Very nice.
Idle is just cruising. Really, really good energy right there. I didn't happen to see the Ridley fight, but I think chat called out something about it, like that Ridley fight. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Hockey and I, or two of the like maybe 4 runners that actually pronounces Dragon's name correctly. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I'm just expressing my right to be wrong.
So we got
where I'm from.
We're gonna get a plasma beam pickup here from Exact Science. Trying not to dox her and say her real name. It's been really, really hard. But Exact Science on quite a tear right here. I think if you're picking up plasma beam around 30, it's definitely on a sub 50 pace for sure.
Looks like all of our runners had a pretty good head climb up Kazia's room. That is a deceptively hard room to platform up. And we got some jankery going on with oh no.
All right, okay. Idle's about to enter the sweatiest room in Lower Norfair. Since the other runners aren't in any serious danger, I have to call this out. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people hate this route, to be honest.
Oh my god, those things hit like a tank.
They really do, but Idle knew what he was doing, did not panic, definitely, I really feel like I'm seeing race nerves from Idle, even though Idle's an experienced racer, but still surviving, still doing a good job. Going to get the Varia suit from Kraid. Probably going to get some energy. I'm pretty sure that Idle would take the E-Tank in Meridia, so our runners are just going to go and do exactly what Idle did now, go down into Lower Norfair, but they're going to be much safer. They don't have to do a gravity jump. They have space jump. They don't have to do a 60-shot, beam fight. They can do a 20-shot beam fight with the beam combo that they have. They can also clip through key hunters, which is something that Idle was not able to do because Idle did not have plasma beam. So we have a significantly safer Lower Norfair for our KPDR runners. And look at this right here. You got Exact Science going in, Idle leaving. I mean, that is so cool. It doesn't get much cooler than that. I would say at this point, Idle is probably a little bit ahead or almost like right on par with where Exact Science is.
Yeah, so Idle looking pretty good. Super's a little bit low, I think. I'm not super familiar with the ammo management. I do know that you're going to want more supers coming through this.
Yeah, you get mini Kraid, so you get drops going in and out, and you might even get some drops from Kraid. So I would normally like to have about 3 or 4 supers here, but 2 is okay. You just want to come out with enough to do like Batu and X Factors and get into Dragon's room. So Idle should be okay. Wouldn't be surprised if Idle gets 2 or 3 super drops from Kraid, and then you also, again, like I said, you have mini Kraid coming back out. So that's pretty much what you're thinking of. And this is actually why you would do PRKD instead of PKDR. PKR. This is why you would do Kraid now and not earlier, because Idle would be hoping to get more supers going into Meridia. And it reduces your need to farm if you plan well.
Right. So we did.
It's also a little faster because you have speed booster.
Yeah. So we did see a Ridley tank. We are definitely not going to see a Kraid tank from Idle. I would assume. I don't see any reason.
Batoon tank is no doors, so it makes more sense to get that. Right. Idle does need to watch his energy a little bit because there is a Batoon fight, and we are going to farm midi Kraid to make sure we don't have any issues with supers. And again, this is the advantage of doing Kraid right now, is that you don't have to worry about your ammo conservation as much as if you do Kraid earlier. With the Fantoon first route, that is.
We got a nice chronic boost from Chex into the lava.
Oh, I love the chronic boost.
Lower Norfair coming up.
those little subtle strats are definitely worth pointing out. Like Exact Science right there doing lag reduction by taking out those pirates with plasma. This is a really good lag reduction strat. Hoping to get fast pillars, but look at this. We have Rakoja, and they're going through the door almost at the same
Right
time.
on her
Check's
heels.
just creeping up, and Exact gets the spark. So right here, that actually means that Exact Science can also get through the 3 key hunters a little bit faster, because she'll have a power bomb to use, whereas Rakoja is going to have to do a bomb spread. So an Idol with 63 energy probably going into Batoon unless we get some drops here, which is kind of sketch.
I think you could take 2 hits from Botchmoon at that point. I think Botchmoon does.
I think it's 30.
20? Is it 30?
I think it's 30.
It'd be a tight 2 hits then.
And from what I know is the particles do just as much damage as Batoon's body, although I could be mistaken.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
But you can get double hit. Like if you get double hit by Batoon's body, forget it.
Yeah. So very clean D factor. 1 hit.
Yes, 30 damage.
Very nice. Yeah.
And decent drops from Batoon. Not a complete.
Yeah, I think I saw at least 1 super in there.
Ooh, there's that bomb spread from Chex I was talking about.
Let's see if we can get some good Metal Pirates grouping. This is another thing that's just so much easier in KPDR. Look at that.
Idol did not have the capability to do that because he did not have Plasma Beam.
Yeah. Good quick passes. Although you do get some kind of cool looking Shine Spark strats. Let's see. Oh, bonked the door off for Idol, going through for full halfy, so not going to make it on that one. Unfortunate.
Still, saves a bunch of energy, so it sucks for time, but at least you don't have to stress as much for Sparks in Dragon's Room. And watch this Ridley fight. If you watched Idol's Ridley fight, this one, oh no, it's going to be much faster. Unfortunately, Exact is getting super trolled by Ridley right now. Got to be a little careful with the amount of hits. This is kind of scary.
So, quick update on what's going on with the rest of the race, because these 4 are not the only ones in this race. We started with 29, and we have had 6 forfeit already. Oh my God, no! Definitely get another chance.
Oh, and Ridley did that extra pogo right. Oh my God.
Oof. Oh no. And just like that. So Exact does get another chance. Like we said at the beginning, these are just the qualifiers. As long as Exact puts down 2 full times, she still is able to qualify and make it into the tournament.
Heckin' game. And yeah, Exact pointing out in chat, Ridley was actually dead right there. And just, oh my God, Chex has to be careful too. Gets grabbed at 32. But this gives Rakoja to come out in the lead right here. Looking at it right now, I feel like Idol, okay, if he takes down Dragon right here, this is actually going to be pretty close between Rakoja and Idol. Idol has a 60-shot beam fight for Mother Brain. Mother Brain 2. Rakoja has a 20-shot beam fight. So, but Rakoja has to go all the way from Lower Norfair to G4, and Idol gets to do it from Meridia. So at this point, I think Idol is a little bit ahead, but really can't afford to slack off because of how much longer his Mother Brain 2 fight is going to be.
Yeah, Chex is going to be able to just power through a lot of this area in a way that Idol just has to be a little more careful about. Although, once Idol can make it through Mount Everest, it should be looking pretty good. Ooh, bonking the door and having to come up with a pretty short charge right here. Needs to
that's always unfortunate.
Oh, gonna go top route. That's rough. It definitely happens though. Gonna go down. That's interesting.
By the way, this is a good time to say, like, follow Exact Science. She's a really great runner of the game. Ridley can just be a troll sometimes for no reason. Like you can set up and do everything perfect, and Ridley's, will decide on the opener to just give you a bad pattern, whatever. She's a really good runner, good friend. Just follow Exact Science, and while you're at it, follow the rest of the runners. And anybody who plays Super Metroid. Really, we got a really great community. Think about joining our speedrunners Discord. A lot of great people in there willing to give you a helping hand, explain the game to you, teach you how to play it, or just otherwise just a really cool place to hang out with a lot of really chill people. I think in idle situation, I want to answer Tharkus. I think you just go for it. I don't see a reason when you're trying to. Thanks, Moth. I don't see a reason to save in a race while you're trying to get a time. It's already really tight to qualify, and honestly, Idle's a low ice runner. 4 tank Mother Brain 60 shot fight is actually extremely safe, even though Mother Brain can just sometimes be a pest. Idle is, can do a 250 shot Mother Brain fight. So with 3 tanks. So I feel like definitely I wouldn't even bother saving. And saving at the ship takes like what? If you save like 15 seconds?
Yeah, because you got to go through the whole refill animation and all that. It's a lot. And there is something to be said. The real risk here for Idle that's left, the only real risk that's left, and it's left for all of these runners, I should say, is ammo. And Idle does have an extra missile pack, so that's going to make that a lot less iffy. So going in with good ammo now, and hopefully going to fill up from the Metroids. Metroids are a little finicky sometimes, though, but got plenty of missiles, so he can back that up. Very confident in that. We got checks coming up.
This is still going to be a close race. Like very close between Rakoja and checks.
I think Rakoja actually is pretty close to Idle, because like you said, the damage differential on Mother Brain, this could actually be like
closer than I thought.
A Kodak finish. I'll just date myself there.
Idle might just be kicking himself in the pants right now for bonking that door in Meridia. But like looking at resources too, if you look at Rakoja's resources, how many supers does he have? Is that say 9? That's absurd. Like I can barely read that. Idle has 5, and 5 is pretty good.
Yeah, so quick update,
5.
Shiny Zenny did just finish in first for this qualifier with a time of 42:08. So GG's to Shiny, that's a great time.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would say let's wait until the restream's done to announce the rest of the finishers. I don't know, that's usually standard protocol, but yeah, GG to Shiny Zenny right there. But in the meantime, like I think it's going to be pretty spectacular to see this difference, because Rakoja is definitely going to enter Mother Brain 2 while Idle is still fighting Mother Brain 2. So it takes 1 second to charge a shot. So you can just do the math. Idle has 60 and Rakoja has 20. So you can do the time difference right there. So actually, it'd be pretty cool to see, like, if Idle misses this baby skip, I say this is Rakoja's race, unless Rakoja misses the baby skip. So I feel like, Zoe, this race is going to come down to baby skip. Nice D-boost right there from Idle, taking that D-boost off of the side hopper there.
All right, we're setting up for the Stachio skip, the bully skip.
Oh, nice grouping from Rakoja.
Very nice. That was a very clean Mother Brain, or Metroid Room 1. Oof. So we got the bomb spread. Get that baby just a frame off, but didn't manage to get the.
What Kevnastics race would be complete without a comms curse? That seems to be by MO.
So we got Rakoja finishing off the Metroids as Chex is getting through the first room. And
The
let's
timing
see.
on those bombs to knock the Metroids off you can be really silly.
So yeah, I think if Rikoja makes this baby skip, he's definitely got it in the bag. If not, then we're still in this. This is either runner's race for sure. Going for a bomb spread as well. Oh, and misses it.
So that actually definitely makes Idle breathe a little bit easier as far as the runners that are on stream. But again, Idle getting really trolled by that Rinka. I don't want to take too much damage. Can do this fight with 3 tanks, but like if you go in with this much energy, you want to keep as much of it as you can. Honestly, right here, Shax could be ahead. What is it? Is this because it's a 40-second difference in fights?
Nope.
All right, so didn't get the baby skip there.
All right, so we got our Mother Brain 1 fight down for Idle. The ammo hurdle has been passed. Moving on to Mother Brain 2. So this is where we get that 60 shots.
Yeah, you're going to see the differential because Rikoja is just entering the room right now. So this race is probably closer between Idle and Rikoja than you would think. Unfortunately, Rikoja having some trouble in this stupid Zeb room because, Super Metroid. I love this fight though. Honestly, I run PRKD, when I get the rare desire to run a category that's not RBO. I will sometimes run PRKD just because the boss fights are more fun. Like I'm just a bigger fan of the more challenge run side of Super Metroid. I wouldn't say I'm particularly really good at it, but I feel like it's a lot more fun. It's like a real boss fight. Whereas Rikoja is going to come in here, do 20 shots, and just lay down and say, all right, thank you. That was fun. Look at the difference right here. I think we're going to see ketchup on Rikoja's side first.
That's definitely... We just did. Yep, there it is.
Yep, and just like that.
Idle's going to get multiple catch-ups as well, so...
Rikoja is ahead.
One.
That is just ridiculous. And Idle taking a little hit right there has to be careful. It's 46 shots to the first catch-up beam and 60 total to finish the run. So GG, we will have at least 2 finishers on stream. Let's see how Chex goes right here. And Exact Science, being a true speedrunner, just dusting herself off and trying again, as Hockey would like to say. Not for fame, not for glory, but for time, Series WR, let's go.
Gotta respect it. Got to respect it. So,
I mean, it is Super Metroid, Exact. You still have a chance. Power can go off, Acts of God, Deus Ex Machina finish. Who knows?
I mean, I did definitely have been in a race that the whole race basically restarted 3 times before we ever got done. So,
well, for me, the best low ice run that I ever had, I was about to PB by 15 minutes. I actually died to Mother Brain 3, the first and only time that's ever happened to me.
Wow!
And I was so embarrassed.
I've lost PBs to the climb room. Doing trying to spark up the climb room. That's definitely happened. So I mean, it can happen anywhere, but
excuse me. Still really, really exciting here. And Rikoja was actually saying before that their time was, roughly around a 50. Rikoja could actually, I don't think we're going to sub 50 this, but we will be around 50. Because it takes for your average runner around a minute and 10 seconds to escape. Some of the better runners a minute 3.
That's probably about right, yeah. And it does have space jump, so that makes a pretty big difference as well. So
Yeah, so I'm actually kind of curious right now if Rakoja is like how close he is to PB. That was a really, really good run from Rakoja. Chex unfortunately had that weak Batoon, but if Chex had a better Batoon, he would be right there with Idol and Rakoja right now. And
Absolutely.
I definitely believe Exact Science. You know, we saw how far ahead she was at Ridley. You know, definitely could have taken this race. Yeah, Tharkus, all these runners are insanely good. Please feel free to pick up a Super Metroid cart or just like, you know, just get an emulator and just start speedrunning. I'm an avid speedrunner of this game. I tend to run like every category known to man. Dark Zoe is more of a GT classic, but like anybody can pick up this game and learn speed strats and reasonably get a sub hour within a year or less if you want to put in the time.
I mean, I would say reasonably, even depending on how much time you are putting in. I've definitely seen runners within a couple of weeks get their sub hour. I've seen
Yeah,
a lot more do it within a month.
hey, I'm
So
a dad. I'm a dad speed runner. I got 3 kids. I got a full-time job. I got decent times. It can be done. Just join. Hey, Rakoja 5009 coming in. I
very
want to know
nice.
how close that is to Rakoja's PB. So if we get to interview, I will definitely be asking. Idol putting in at 5025, and Chex is going to be somewhere around like, you know, close to 51. We might sneak in there with like a 50-55 or something. So 3 really good runs to feature on stream, and unfortunately, Exact Science had that Ridley death, but you know, looking pretty good now. 50-52. GG's, everybody.
Very nice. Very nice. And this race is still in progress. We got a couple more runners that still need to put their times down. So
Well, I think it's pretty safe now that we have all runners except for Exact Science on stream finished, but she forfeited, so we could probably list off the game, the race room.
right. So we did have Shiny Zenny finish in first with that 42.08. Raison bringing up second with 43.27, and Professor School in third with 44.09. So
Oh,
sick top three times.
I'm so happy for
Definitely.
Professor School, especially like if you get the chance to see, I think it was qualifier run 1 where Nebdi and Prof had a race that finished like within a couple seconds. Prof had some tough times early on, so really great to see Prof get a solid time. Idol, welcome to the chat, Idol. So exciting to get a chance to come and watch your Fantoon first any percent run. I feel bad that I was calling out PKRD. I just had a feeling, but I love that you did PRKD, because when I run this Fantoon first, I prefer going down to Ridley because it's more exciting, it's more dangerous, it's more fun, but at the same time, I feel like it helps you get loaded better for Meridia. So, but you know, really good run. I feel like I noticed some race nerves from you today that I'm not used to seeing.
I
But
definitely was
still,
feeling the nerves a little bit. Making some mistakes I don't normally make, although the 2 big mistakes, like the worst room in the game and the Dragon, those are both classic mistakes that we all make from time to time.
yeah, thanks for giving me a heart attack in worst room. Like, why didn't you just move to the right like several pixels? Just grab the super, Idol. Just grab the super.
Was there just a super? I don't
There's
even.
just a super
Yeah, there was a
chilling,
super
chilling
drop. You were
above.
just jumping right like you were less than a tile away from it. Maybe
And
like
then you were
half a
using
tile.
missiles on the pirates. I'm like, there's a super right there.
Well, I had all those extra missiles because I have a rule that if I jump over that E tank, and if I like miss the E tank, I'm just like, oh, I'll just pick up that missile back. Like I gotta turn
Yeah.
around and get the E tank anyway. I might as well just go 25-10 instead of 20-10. So I had extra missiles, but
I like 2510 and PRKD after spending a lot of time watching Zenny do that. You know, because if you plan your ammo pretty well, it does give you a little extra firepower in some areas, and it does make entering Turian way more comfortable.
yeah, I think Zenny gets a really early missile pack, so you can go for that 1-round Fantoon. That's kind of some crazy stuff. I'm happy with my 3 rounds most of the time.
Yeah, but so how do you feel about your run otherwise? I mean, who else do we have here? Do we have
Okay.
Rakoja's here too. Yeah, GG's, y'all was a really, really exciting race. Like, Chex was ahead going into Batoon, and then had a really bad Batoon, which gave Rakoja a chance to recover and gave Exact Science a chance to recover. But then Exact Science died in Lower Norfair. So the whole time, like, Idle, you got in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so close because Rakoja's beam fight is going to be faster.
Right.
It was just a really exciting conclusion. Like, it was really hard to tell who was ahead, Idle or Rakoja, up until that minute. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody else talk. Or we got Exact Science here. Like, I love all of you. Like, I will just keep talking. Please tell us about your experience.
Yeah, so I definitely had some race nerves going into things. I felt like I calmed down. I had that really good Botswoon. Right now I'm dying of cringe and Ridley Hallway. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good run, but I got a little distracted because my auto splitter did not split properly for Lower Norfair elevator, so I saw like plus 3 minutes at entering Ridley and realized what had happened, and then looked away just long enough to miss the opener, and then the fight just sort of went to hell from there. So but yeah, trying to pick myself up, dust myself off, and get in better shape for the last qualifier. I'd like to knock my time down a little bit. I'm like right on the edge where if a couple of people have some slightly better runs, I could get knocked off, but I'd really like to qualify, even if I'm going to lose to Ruya or Zenny immediately.
I mean, that's what happened to me in the Hundo tournament. I just barely made that, and Zenny ripped me apart in the very first run. But I tell you, there's nothing like running against somebody of that caliber. It's just an honor,
Yeah,
and
sure.
but we also have Rakoja here too. Rakoja, how close? I have to ask, how close are you to a PB? Because you were saying in the race chat that your times are around like a 50, so you're close to the time you said.
Yeah, that is like my DRUS time, I would say. My actual PB is a 48, 44, so I'm still far away from a PB, but I had a run yesterday that was a bit closer to it, where I also didn't miss baby skip. I really seem to struggle with it lately. Yeah, but besides that, I'm very happy with this run. I really have to say. Like, my Fine-Tune fight was super bad. It was a 4-round with a slow, mid, 1 fast. I don't remember the exact pattern. But yeah, I didn't look at my splits this whole time. I was like super nervous anyhow, so it didn't help. But yeah, after that, I seem to have recovered pretty well during Meridia. Unfortunately, I got the top pattern Botchoon, but I still managed to 1-2 cycle it somehow. And yeah, then my Dragon fight was pretty good. I was happy with it. Got the blue suit, didn't get the spike suit, but my resources were super good at this point, so I was going into Lower Norfair very confidently. And yeah, I was pretty lucky to have this HP because I lost a bunch on Ridley actually, but yeah, tried to play it safe from there and worked out.
It's just a really fascinating race to watch. Like, I personally love watching like KPDR side by side with like PRKD. But the race between you, Chex, and Exact Science, like, and Exact, after our conversation in Discord or in the race room, like, I almost doxed you like 17 times during this race. Like, I have to keep saying exact. But no, it's just really a really great race to watch, and I'm just very happy that I was able to do this commentary. I spent I was really sick over the last couple weeks. I had a really bad cough, and I could barely speak. I sounded like a frog. So I'm just really happy that I was able to recover in time to at least get to one of the qualifiers with my good buddy Darkzoa, and to see Idle and Exact, been friends with y'all for a really long time, and Rakoja and Chex, I'm not as familiar with you, but I was really happy to see y'all run today. So thanks everybody for listening to my nonsense today.
Yeah, thank you for commentary. I will make sure to watch it back. Maybe just now. So yeah, thanks again for the race, everyone.
Yeah, it was a great race. Thanks for everybody for running and for having me to commentate. It's always a great pleasure. Thanks to the staff for putting this together, QZ, and I'm not sure who all is organizing. I know QZ is behind the scenes and also was running in this qualifier. So a lot of people putting in a lot of work to make this happen.
Yeah, and shout outs to Jestro Zooks also. You know, I think everybody knows him from the rando community, but for you know, helping get everything set up and, you know, taking care of the restream aspect of it all. So shout outs to Jestro. Haven't met Jestro in person, and Exact Science, by the way, really, really, really great people if you ever get a chance to see them. So yeah, SG Live in person in October. Everybody show up. Anybody have anything else before I keep rattling on with my nonsense?
You know, just GG's again. Thanks for the race. I hope to put up a better time for everybody tonight. But regardless of what happens, this has been a lot of fun for me. So, and yeah, thanks to the organizers for putting this on, and the other racers. Like, this has really been a blast, and I'm really grateful to have had the experience. So, GG's, and see you next mission.
Yep, GG's. Thank you.
GG's.
All right, y'all. Before we say see you next mission, I believe we still have a couple qualifiers left. If anybody wants to put in the chat the schedule, we can get it in there to see what qualifiers we have left this weekend. And everybody get ready for a real sick any percent competition coming up. We have a lot of extremely good. One last qualifier, sweet.
Sorry, I forgot I was still mic'd. Fell in double chamber.
No, that's all right. That's right. We'll watch that on Restream here. So 4 o'clock Eastern, everybody tune in for Twinmo and Dust. So Dust I've been friends with for a really long time, and Twinmo is on my bucket list for commentators I want to do comms with. So please, everybody, make sure you show up for the 4 p.m. race. And with that said,